Welcome in to episode 51 of
I've
your
won.
favorite podcast, the Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast. This is the Viking speaking, doing the intro duties today. Alex Rudinger on the mic. Who else do I got with me today?
Got Cheesehead, number one, Connor Kelly.
Number one because you're here. Because you're
I'm
here.
always here.
Wait away. You got the Bear, Brennan Elgis. No Mason. He's got some family stuff going on. Nothing bad. He's just hanging out with his fam.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll join in a little bit. I don't know. The Bucks, if the Bucks start losing, maybe he'll do the same thing with the Brewers and not show up.
Yep.
But we'll see.
That's what my money's on.
Yeah, literally. So we got an NBA and NFL episode today. It is Super Bowl week, but with the NBA, we're gonna draft the starting five. We're gonna make a lot better teams than the three TNT made. We're gonna discuss and agree on some untouchable guys in the NBA. Go over some trades in the NBA. And then for the NFL section, I got a blind ranking. We're gonna talk about the top 5 NFL teams with the brightest futures. Go through some Super Bowl stuff, but as we always do, NFL news starters or sports starters, I guess. So, Alex, give me your starter, brother.
All right. I came across an interesting TikTok earlier today. Just shout the guy out real quick. I am Trevor May, I guess, on TikTok.
Trevor?
Is it Trevor May a pitcher in the MLB?
Trevor May is
don't know if
probably
this
a
guy-
really common name, won't lie.
Yeah, I don't know if this guy was an MLB pitcher, but didn't want to just steal his story here and not give him some
Fair.
credit.
That's fair.
So we all know Jesse Owens, right? Track and field, 4 Olympic gold medals in 1936, the Olympics in Berlin. We all know the political state of the world around that time. So the guy who actually took second behind Owens was also a U.S. runner. His name was Mac Robinson. Lost by .4 seconds, which not all that much. So after the Olympics, didn't win any gold medals or anything. Didn't get any sponsorships or keep more opportunities basically. So he went back to work in his hometown as a janitor. But not all sad here because his younger brother is actually somebody very well known as Jackie Robinson. So the guy who finished second in the 200-meter race behind Jesse Owens, his brother is Jackie Robinson.
His brother?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's
it's
a
kinda
pretty
crazy.
athletic family.
Elite athletic family right there.
How old is this gentleman? Do we have any idea? Because Jackie Robinson's pretty old.
Now,
Yeah.
I'm a little
Maybe.
bit older because
Sure. Okay. All right. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but Jackie Robinson was a long time ago. His brother must have had some kids pretty late. I don't know. That's interesting. And Connor, you are correct. Trevor May is a pitcher. He's on the he's a free agent right now, but he was on the Oakland A's last year. So you were right.
Alex is confused as fuck right now.
Yeah, you threw me all the way off, Brennan. I'm not gonna lie. Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Okay. Maybe I'm just let's just move on. Maybe I'm just not understanding because I'm an idiot. But
Solid
anyway.
start.
Yeah, literally. Okay, so the Bears here. A little sad news. Mama Bear dies. Virginia McCaskey has died at age of 102 yesterday. So rest in peace, her. And then my other two was basically 2 NFL players. One requested a trade, and one is probably going to be shipped out here soon. Let's go over the first one that requested a trade, Myles Garrett. I just need one team. What team do you think Myles Garrett goes to?
You start this one off.
Okay, I'll start it. All right. I think he goes to. I think it's gonna be a team that is trying to get somewhere on. Could be literally anyone. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna throw out the Cardinals because they literally have nobody on defense, and I just think they need to do something with the little bit of a window that they have with McBride, Marvin, and Kyler. So obviously it probably won't be there, but if I wanted to pick somewhere, I guess I'd go Cards.
I'm gonna throw out just a random ass team, fucking Miami Dolphins.
Nice.
Nice. I'm gonna throw throw this hat in the ring.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. I knew you were gonna say that too.
This
That's why
team
you got up.
right here. That is why I got up. I got to do prop work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Honestly, though, the trade, because I remember when I was texting Alex when it first happened, and he said to me, honestly, the trade's nice. Like, I
uh,
understand it.
we do a little sign and trade on one slanging Sam Darnold. Sign him to like I don't know 3-year deal or whatever, and then ship him out to Cleveland. Let them take on that salary cap and whatever the hell else they got
Trade a
to
couple
do, and
picks also.
yeah,
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 Whatever.
definitely gonna have to throw some picks in there. But again, the whole and we've touched on this before, but the whole NFL trading pick wise is super
Makes no
weird.
sense.
Yeah, it's very weird. So I don't know what it would be for a guy like Miles Garrett. I'm assuming pretty high draft picks, but you never know with the NFL, to be honest with you.
yeah.
So that's my team. I'm throwing in.
Bear sent a haul for Max, so basically the same exact thing would probably be for Miles, and you need to sign him too. So you got to have the cap money to make that work. And for the audio message or audience, he said Vikings.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
obviously, if you couldn't see that or pick that up pretty fast, he pointed out his hat. And then the other guy I had was Cooper Cup. Where do we think Cooper Cup lands?
Packers.
It's not a terrible idea. I think
Uh,
Packers get a aged vet since Josh Jacobs is calling up the wide receiver core on his own
Yeah,
team.
that was crazy.
that was
So,
hilarious.
but yeah, I honestly think they go at least get somebody. So, and I think it's going to be an old vet, and that would honestly be perfect.
I really do think Cooper Cup on that team would make a hell of a difference, not only for the fact that I'd say he probably has maybe 1 to 2 more good years left before it's just kind of really over. Um, I think he could still play well, as well as the fact that he's going to give a lot of insight to our young receivers, our young receiver core, and help them out through the rest of their career and help them improve. So I think it would actually be sick if we got Cooper Cup.
Yeah. I
Yep.
um I am gonna go with. I think the Commanders are going to miss out on the T. Higgins sweepstakes, if you want to call it. I know I've been seeing a lot of stuff, especially with this whole
A
Pro
lot of
Bowl week.
reports.
A lot of reports. I read a report.
Right away.
Read a report that no, I saw Joe Burrow during an interview. He's very adamant on wanting to keep Jamar and T,
Yeah, I did see
which
that.
with his contract, maybe he can restructure if he really feels like he needs those guys and he wants to do anything he can to keep them. Maybe he restructures his deal to take a little bit less money so they can give it to T and Jamar and keep that group together. So I think the Commanders are going to be a possible landing spot for one Cooper Cup.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that they're trying to ship him out. Understandably, that he is old, and maybe they want to try to get what they can for him. But homie did a lot for that franchise, so it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
anyways,
thought he would retire. Ran.
yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Connor, you got one?
Yeah, something super quick, but pretty interesting. LeBron James, just
LeBron.
last night, he is now the youngest and oldest player to ever score 40 points in a basketball game, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, the man's a dog. That
Yeah,
guy.
shout out.
Yeah. We'll say it helps when you come right out of high school, just saying. But
KG did too, so I mean, could have done it as well. Kobe did
But
it.
didn't.
he's not like that, though.
But didn't.
Kobe didn't do it either. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
He
yeah.
fucking trick.
Watching that game yesterday, it was sweet to see. He was shooting shit from the logo. Luka Doncic was liking what he sees.
Yeah,
So
he was literally talking to Luca like right after plays, being like, "This is what we're gonna do." Talking to like that's insane.
yeah, we'll deep dive into that trade when we get to the NBA section. But my God, I mean, that's got to be the craziest trade of like in NBA or like sports history. Anyways,
At a
So
Dave
those
and Buster's when that news broke.
Yeah, dude.
literally,
Insane.
like I will say, we were a little.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But-
We'll get there.
No, I'm saying when I saw it, I literally thought I was seeing things. I was like, what is on my phone right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, those were our starters. So like I said in the intro, it is Super Bowl week, boys. It is
Yep.
Super Bowl. The Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs are playing in the Super Bowl again. Everybody wanted that, obviously. High level thoughts, deep dive. How you guys feeling about the game?
I'm just fucking praying for a good game. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest. Pray
yeah.
for a good game, and I pray that this is one of the games where we can't blame the ref. If
Okay.
whoever wins, if they're gonna win, I want it to be a dominant win, a dominant performance. Just they were the better team. I don't want any bullshit.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the first time they played, I would say that was kind of the case until literally like the last play. Everything was
Yeah,
until
yeah,
literally the last play where I think it was like third or yeah, it had to be third down, and Bradbury got called on that pass interference.
yeah.
Uh, but I get what you're saying. Yeah, I totally agree. I just don't want either team because I think if the Eagles get messed around with the refs, nobody's going to say anything. But if the Chiefs do, it's going to be a bloodbath. So
Yeah.
I totally agree. I hope it's a good game. Refs don't have to get involved, and I'm really excited to see some of these guys, first timers to the Super Bowl, get a ring possibly, like D Hop,
D
Saquon,
Hop was yeah.
Ollie, um, all those guys that kind of just got there. So Alex, got anything?
Not really, to be honest. Like you kind of said, this is definitely the game that everybody wanted to see. So I don't know. It's going to be a good game, hopefully. Best two
Vikings
teams
aren't
in
in
the
it.
league.
Shucks.
Whatever.
Yep, yep. I don't know. I think it should be a good game, but let's start with Connor. Give me your prediction. What do you think?
Ben saying it, gonna keep saying it. I got the Eagles winning. Um, it's gonna be very very tough to beat this Chiefs team. As soon as they get to the playoffs, obviously they had a fantastic record this year. They've been good the whole year. But especially when it comes playoff time, they just know how to win, and especially in situations like this, pretty much their entire team is fucking ready for the Super Bowl. They know how to play. I feel like the pressure doesn't really get to them because they can just perform. As the Eagles, obviously, I think they know a lot of America is rooting for them just because they don't want the Chiefs to win. So I feel like they're going to feel some pressure and stuff like that. But I think they're going to be able to get it done. And honestly, the biggest thing, X factor, is going to be Jalen Hurts. I think a lot of the Chiefs' game plan is going to be, hey, stop this Saquon guy or at least try and contain him, which I think they are most likely able to do. Saquon's probably still going to have a decent game, probably 80 something, if not more yards, but contain him, and I think they're going to make Jesus Christ, Jalen Hurts beat him. So if Jalen Hurts can come out and be ready to play, I think they have a good chance of winning this football game.
Love it, Alex.
Uh, I got the Chiefs taking it, completing the three-peat.
Smart
I
money
got
right there.
I got the score 27-24.
Whoa, whoa,
For the
whoa! No scores yet. No scores yet. Blue and his. That's one of the bets.
Oh,
Anyways, keep going.
I didn't see it. I didn't know that. You said it was stupid bets and final score is I don't know. Whatever. So I it's funny. I put X factors for each team as well. For the Chiefs, I have Xavier Worthy because I think the Chiefs secondary or the Eagles secondary is going to be out to stop Travis Kelce. And so I think Xavier Worthy could get some really good looks. And for the Eagles, I have Saquon Barkley. They're gonna try to stop him. A lot of teams have tried to stop him this year, and he still almost broke a record. So
Yeah.
he's their X factor for sure.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, I think especially me, sound like a broken record when it comes to talking about the Eagles. It's like stop the run, make Jalen Hurts beat you. So I mean, as it happened, not really. Saquon Barkley has been Saquon Barkley all three games. But I will say this is definitely the best defense that the Eagles will be playing.
Pretty sure they
Um,
were a top five run defense, I think, if I
who
seen correctly. The Chiefs.
Oh, yep, with Spags. So that guy's a genius. So I just think basically whoever makes a mistake first is going to end up losing this game. So if it comes down to the quarterbacks, we obviously know who everyone's going to be taking. It's going to be Patrick Mahomes, and that is a team I will be selecting to win as well. Is going to be the Chiefs. I think they three-peat as well. I think they're basically the same exact team. I just think the Kansas City Chiefs weapons are going to be a little bit too much. D Hop, I think, is going to be an X factor. I think he's like going to be used a lot more. I don't think he's really been doing anything in these games. I've been seeing a lot of Hollywood Brown and obviously Travis Kelce and Xavier, but I think D-Hop kind of uses all the energy that he has left in the tank for this last hurrah. So
All
I
I'm
got
saying is, if the Eagles don't have some sort of running back spy for these fucking short, fucking running back tosses out to the fucking left and right side of the field where they just get to run for free for 20 yards, I'm going to get pissed off. That is all they ever seem to do is these little running back fucking checkdowns and shit, and nobody fucking guards it. Ever. Not a single person is on that side of the field. So get your head out of your ass and cover the running back. That's all.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of defense the Eagles run because usually that's the tight end. That's the tight end, but that's going to be Zach Bond is going to have to guard the Travis Kelce. So it'll be interesting to see who they put on like P. Ryan when he comes out there. So those were our picks. I don't have Mason's pick right now, but if he joins, maybe he can.
I think he's going Eagles because he had Bills Eagles.
I like it.
I'd assume he would go Eagles because fuck the Chiefs.
Correct. All right. Moving over to my fun sport bets. So basically I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bets that are about the Super Bowl. So first one up, who do you guys think is going to win MVP?
Patrick Mahomes. That goes against everything I just said. So for that I'll say Saquon.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I think Travis Kelce just gets this one. They've gone 4 together, so just give Kelce one.
Goes with the script. He's going to win MVP, then propose to Taylor. Probably.
And then he probably retires, so we never have to see that couple ever again. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see him every other day.
All right, and then score. Alex, you can say yours over again. I for these with you, but I apologize. So
no, Chiefs 27, Eagles 24.
All righty.
I'm gonna go 24-21 Eagles. I do think it's gonna be a field goal win.
Love it. I got 31-28 field goal win for the Chiefs. Buckner wins it again for him. All right. This is where it gets kind of fun. Do you think the national anthem will be over or under 2 minutes? Don't ask who it is because I have no idea.
It's like Joe, or maybe it's not Joe.
Joe Mama?
Nope. Yeah, I can't remember who it is. I saw it, but I think I'm going under.
Okay.
I think I saw a thing where the last like 4, if not like 5 or 6, have gone over 120 seconds, and I feel like there's got to be an under coming.
So it's due, is what you're saying.
It's due.
Good.
With that being said, I'm gonna go over.
I think
Love it.
This one's tough.
Yeah, I remember it
trend.
was a few years ago now. Me and Connor went over to one of the girls' house in Whitewater, and 2 bets we placed was something about the national anthem and the coin toss, and we got both of them wrong. So we started out the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Good.
I got the anthem. I went over, and it hit by like half a second or something like that.
All right, sounds good. So for me, I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna, like Connor said, it's due, brother. It's due. Hopefully the guy does it really fast, or the girl.
Yeah, my information could be also dead wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw something where the last like 6 or 7 Super Bowls, it's gone over 120 seconds. So I feel like there's got to be.
Doesn't matter, man. You can just straight up lie. Just say it with your chest. It's all good.
Yeah, it's right. I looked it up myself.
You read a report?
But anyway,
I read my mom's screen that she had brought up at work.
Oh, nice, Mom. All right, moving over to when the ref flips the coin in the air, will it land on heads or tails?
Tails never fails, baby.
Tails never fails. I agree.
Okay, I'll be different. I'll go heads. No reasoning behind it. Just don't want to say tails. All right, next one up. When the team wins the Super Bowl and they go over to the coach, pan to the coach, what color will the Gatorade be that gets thrown on the coach? I'm going to go orange.
Oh,
Fuck you.
That's what I was going to do. Damn it.
All right. Well, now I got to think of the backup.
I'm going
A backup color.
white.
White? Okay. Okay.
That's got to be
Glacier
plus
Cherry.
15,000 odds.
I would say
Um,
look that up, but I don't got time for that.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go purple.
Okay. I
Purple.
think it was purple last year. That year we started, wasn't it? Was it not purple? I think it was. Either
Well,
way.
that sucks.
Well, if it's the Chiefs again, maybe they like that color.
Maybe.
So
Isn't it like they don't like that color because it's usually the ones that are like the most fulls is the one they use, or they
I,
just do they actually have one to fucking just pour?
yeah, grape isn't very good. I'm not a big grape guy. Won't lie.
Exactly. That's why they pour it on somebody because nobody ever drinks it.
Yep. That's
so the odds right now, purple is plus 225, which is the favorite, the
okay.
closest to the favorite. Brendan,
Okay.
you said orange. That's
Correct.
plus 400.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Mine of water slash clear, because there's
Yeah.
no white, so I'm,
Sure.
I'm assuming water slash clear, is
Okay.
plus 1,000.
Oh, good.
What's blue at? What's blue at?
Blue is at plus 650.
All
I was
right.
between purple and blue.
All right. All right. Next fun one here. Will the opening kickoff be a touchback?
No, I'm locked in on this one. It will not be a touchback.
I'm going yes. I think he kicks it either like right towards the back of the end zone or out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and I obviously I got to make a decision, but it really depends on who's kicking it. Because if it's like Jake Elliott, he's definitely not making it to the end zone because he's got a noodle. But if it's Buckner, then I think he does. But I will say yes. I say it'll be a touchback. Chiefs get the ball first. They just take it out at the 30 or whatever, 25-30. All right.
I'm hoping the Eagles kick because I also saw a thing where I think it was in the AFC Championship game, the kick returner for the Chiefs, I forget his name.
Mm-hmm.
The very first play of the game, he took a touchback, and then Travis Kelce walked up to him and said, "That's not being great. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
prove
I did
yourself.
see
Like, go
that.
do something." And then his next return, he like almost housed it or something like that. So I think
Yeah.
it was that guy. It's coming out.
Yeah. Jitters. You got a feeling jitters might be a factor too because if they drop it and it goes through their arms, they're gonna touch it back. But
Right.
it'll be interesting. Everyone's gonna be either super happy because I know some other podcasts are doing a big bet on that, so it'll be interesting to
Caps
see.
off.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
All right. And then last two. Will this game go into overtime?
No.
I
Negative.
think no. All right. And then this fun one that I had, I just made it up. Over under the amount of tush pushes at 3.5.
I feel like that's a solid line.
I
Yeah.
do too.
It has to be ran. It's not like the trying to set them off sides baloney. It has to be actually ran.
Right, the ball has to be snapped.
I'm gonna go
Correct.
under. I'm gonna go under 3.5.
I'm thinking over. I'm gonna go over. I think the Chiefs with their run defense put them in a lot of like third and short situations.
Sure.
So I'm going over.
I think it's going to be over as well. I think it'll just be at 4 is my guess because I got a feeling they're going to be doing it a lot, and I think 3 is a lot. 4 is even more than a lot. But
Yeah, four
yeah, those
is
were kind
more
of
than three.
correct.
That is
That is
how math works.
correct. All right, those were my fun Super Bowl bets. Moving over to the second to last thing about the NFL section, we are gonna give our top 5 NFL teams with their brightest future. Did you guys put them in order or no? You just gave teams.
I don't have them in order,
Okay,
but I can put
I
them in
did
order
put
if we
them
want
in
to.
order.
you did, Alex.
Yes.
I
Okay,
can put them in order.
I did not. So we'll just say the teams that we have. You want to go? I guess 5-1 or just how do you want to do it?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, we can go. We can go
5-1.
5-1.
All right, Alex. What is your 5?
My 5 is the Green Bay Packers.
Give me a
I
Packers.
have at number 5. They
Love.
are. We talk about it. Well, we don't, but Connor and Mason do always talk about how young this team is, room for
Love that graphic
development.
play.
Yep, every single time. Um, but yeah, they're the youngest team. They have the most room for improvement, and they're a pretty decent team already. So
Yep.
Thank you for the flowers. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I do
Conrad.
have, I do have an honorable mention really quick. Brennan had to do it to you. My honorable mention is the Bears.
That's fair.
They,
That's
they,
fair.
they snuck out of my top 5. But number 5, I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans.
Perfect. Because my 5 is also the Texans, with C.J. Stroud, bounce back, hopefully coming in with the top three or year three. Mixon, they get Tank Dell back, hopefully, and maybe Diggs signs back. But I just think their defense is young. I think their team is just young in general, and they could just get better because they definitely had a down year. But I also had an honorable mention as well. And Alex, if you want to throw one in, feel free. But I had the Broncos here. I think the Broncos made the playoffs last year, and only
Fluke.
way is up from here. You would hope. So
Fluke.
I knew I was going to get a reaction out of you for that.
Yeah. I did not
Next,
put an honorable mention, so
That's fine.
I didn't even. I
no,
don't even
no
have
worries.
Who's number 4?
one.
Who's
For
your
number 4, I had the Packers at 5. Number 4, I have the Chicago Bears.
okay? Let's
Yeah,
go.
I do
I
have
love
them
it.
ahead of the
Love it.
Packers, because one, they have a rookie who can develop. We don't know where he's at, which is the same thing for Jordan Love. But the only difference is one is not getting paid $55 million a year, and the
Correct.
Bears have the what is it fourth most cap room
Yep,
in the
yep,
NFL.
yep.
So the team that has a bright future, you have the fourth most money in the league. I think you are bound to have a bright future. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
My number 4 is the Packers for all the same reasons. We're young. We have the pieces. Got to develop, and we could be looking good in a few years.
Perfect. I like I said, I didn't put them in order. I'm just gonna say the next team here I got is also the Packers. I think the Packers are like we've said 100 times already. Youngest team in the league. They bring in some guy for wide receiver. That would be sweet. But just in general, they make the playoffs every year, and they can hopefully, like I said, just keep going up from here. And then I'll just go into my next one because everyone said this team already, but mine is the Bears as well. Got with Ben Johnson getting a offensive minded coach, Caleb Williams fourth in cap space, pieces on both sides of the field. And I saw reports that today that I read a report actually that Satan Waldron last year didn't even want to watch film with Caleb Williams, so that made me want to actually throw up in my own mouth when I read that. So hopefully Ben Johnson sits down and watches some good film with Caleb and build for the future. So that was my third team.
nice. At 3, I have the Texans at number 3.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
I
Nice.
mean, they're still so young. CJ, Will Anderson, Tank Dell, Derek Stingley. I mean, they're super young, still super talented. The division's not great, so
Yep.
they can be a playoff contender or playoff team at least, pretty consistently. They do have the 24th most cap this upcoming year. At I think they're sitting around like -2 mil or something like that, which sounds bad, but also when you consider they're 24th with -2 and New Orleans is dead last with -60, how they still allow this to happen year
I
after
don't
year
know.
after year for New Orleans, don't ask me. I don't know. Fucking pity party over there if you ask me, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I have the Texans at 3.
yeah.
Nice.
You would think some cuts would be happening too, is to get over into the positive, I guess.
Like mandatory. Like I don't know how the NFL hasn't like said like, hey, you need like to have some sort of like apron thing like the NBA does,
Yeah,
penalties and
but
fines and
it's like if they were good, it would be a totally different story. But like
right.
they're a laughing stock of the league. It's very interesting how the Saints are working right now.
Yeah.
My 3 is going to be the Washington Commanders.
Love that.
Yeah, I
But
mean Jaden Daniels is fucking disgusting. Took them all the way to the NFC Championship game his first year. All they have to do is just kind of build around that offense and work on the defense. And in a couple of years down the line, they could be one of the scariest teams to face. So
love that. Love. So my number two, I was talking to kind of a little bit about this earlier, but my sleeper number two is going to be the Falcons. I think with Michael Penix there, they kick out Kirk, maybe get something for him if they can. Otherwise, just get him out of there. Actually play the rookie that you drafted. And then it's a broken record for Falcons every year. Kyle Pitts, young. London Young, Mooney Young, Bijan Young. Eventually, it's got to kind of work, you would think. But no, I think their offense is super young, and they're just gonna mesh and hopefully get better in that shitty division and bring in some stuff for the defense. And that's all they should really be drafting for this upcoming draft. But yeah, I got Falcons here just because of their offense.
That's fair. That was the two or what?
Yeah,
That was
Number
two.
two.
we're in 2 spot.
Yep, two.
I have the Commanders in my 2 spot.
I figured they were coming.
Basically, same thing Connor said. Super, absolute stud of a rookie. And give me a sec here. I'm pulling up their cap space.
Two.
Their third,
Oh, two, three.
three, with cap space, so they can bring in weapons galore to put around this guy.
Right.
And try and build through the draft still. So I have them at number 2 for brightest futures, which is, you know, like we talk about all the time. My dad's a Commanders fan, so this is cool to see after you know,
Homebody.
the little glimmer of hope they had with RG3, but they have been consistently a very bad franchise for a very long time. So it's cool to
Cool.
see. That's
Cool seeing those random team fans like be happy, and especially
right.
in Wisconsin, your dad's a Commander fan out of nowhere. Like that. When I found that out, I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool.
Hopefully the fans react better than like Lions fans, but you know, time will tell.
Yeah. We'll see next year if they get another 13 wins. We'll see them staying Super Bowl. So we'll see.
My next one, my number 2. I mean, these are kind of in order, but not really. I was kind of just spitballing and kind of just taking them one by one. But say what you want. I have the Chiefs at 2 still. I mean, they have Patrick Mahomes, who's like 29 or something. Like, I think he's 29, right? He's still young and already in conversations for the greatest quarterback of all time. They have Rashee Rice, who was hurt. Hopefully he comes back fine for that team. But they have Xavier Worthy. They have Isaiah Pacheco. And they are still the 5th youngest team in the NFL. Obviously, some of their centerpieces, like Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, they're getting up there in age, and some of their more impactful guys on the lines and stuff. But with that entire coaching staff, and just with Mahomes in the backfield, I mean, they're just set up for success already. So if they just keep giving him pieces and weapons around there, I mean, they're still going to have a really bright future and still be good for many years to come.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what the Chiefs look like without Kelsey. Tight end, safety blanket, one of the best tight ends of all time. It'll be interesting. I did see a thing, though, that Mahomes' brother plays at Rice, and he's a tight end, so that'd be kind of cool if they drafted him and just made him into the next Kelsey.
I couldn't handle that.
That'd be so funny. And then my number 1, or just the last team I have here, is the Commanders. I mean, everyone said them already. I think Jaden Daniels is awesome. They went to the NFC Championship. They got money galore, and it's basically going to be like another CJ situation where this offseason everybody's going to want to come play there because they get to play with Jaden Daniels and build something there, kind of like how the Texans did this offseason.
I like it. Connor, if you don't mind, I'd like to hear your one because I feel like mine might be a little bit of a shock.
I think mine's probably also a little bit of a shock, because I even texted Brennan about these two earlier to make sure I didn't sound like too big of a fucking idiot. But, you know, king of bad takes on this podcast, so I might as well keep it rolling, right? But my number 1 or just last one, whatever, since they're not really in order, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, you have Jalen Hurts, who, yes, having a down year. There's been a lot of doubts in the last year or two, I guess you could say. But, I mean, he's only 26, 27-ish. You have A.J. Brown. You have Devontae Smith. They're both still young. Saquon Barkley's in his prime. You're still getting a couple years out of him. As well as you have some of the best defensive players, young defensive players, I should say, on that defense. Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Quinion Mitchell. I mean, you got studs on that team. So if they develop well, like they can, and be playing good like they are as of right now, you just keep filling in those holes and keep getting good centerpieces around them, and that team's going to be really good. And they're in the Super Bowl this year already, so I mean, they're already playing fucking well, so they can make it there with the team they have right now. You give more experience and then more centerpieces and young players to get around them, they're going to be set.
That's fair. And my number 1 team here, I have the Baltimore Ravens. And
Nice.
as the number 1 team with the brightest future. I mean,
Why is that?
Lamar Jackson is still in his prime, right?
Okay.
Yep.
no question about that. Playing
Nope.
elite ball still. The defense, elite.
Mm.
Yep.
John Harbaugh, one of the best coaches in the NFL. Consistently, that whole front office consistently drafts well. They hit on draft picks almost all the time. Um, and also, I mean, they have key pieces: Lamar, Zay Flowers, Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton, and they have the
Kyle
23rd
Hamilton, dog.
facts. They got the 23rd most cap space in the NFL,
23rd.
so they're ahead of the Texans by one, who are 24th. So they can still build around. They can still add pieces to this team.
Got to bring somebody.
Interesting.
Dave Flowers
was-
is a dog, but you got to do
Yeah,
something.
they need to solidify two.
Yeah,
I mean, can't say they haven't tried. I guess they brought in Derrick Henry, but
yeah.
I mean, you got to have
They need-
another wide receiver unless they really think Bateman's going to take another jump next year. But
They
I
need
don't know.
more of a passing threat. You could say.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even
I mean-
think I said fucking Derrick Henry for the key pieces.
Yeah, he definitely
Yeah,
did.
I
Yeah,
mean, for the
Derrick Henry.
future, maybe he's not a key feature, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he's
because
a something right now. So, but yeah, definitely just won that bet. Thank you, Connor. Definitely will be getting that beer
yeah,
soon.
fuck me, fuck.
What?
Alex, you're a bitch. How are you not going to put your own fucking team in this? Me and Brendan texted me earlier and goes, "What are the odds Alex puts the Vikings in here?" I said 100%. I said, "You want to put $2 on it?" He goes, "All right, but let's put a drink when we're up in the Dells like next week." And I said, "All right, deal." He's 100% going to have the Vikings on here.
No,
You did.
I'd probably have him at like 8.
Where would you have him? 8?
Yeah.
You couldn't have put him 5? Like fuck,
No.
be greedy, be selfish.
I
Dick.
just think the whole as high on JJ McCarthy as I am, he's still a question mark. We have
Sure.
not seen him even
You still
play a
have T.J.
snap of
Hawkinson, you have
regular
Justin
season.
Jefferson, you have Jordan Addison.
Hey, top
That's
10 is
great.
good, Connor. Top 10 is still good. Just
Top
not
10
top
means
5.
nothing to me.
8. Got him at 8.
All
There's
right.
Alex costing me more money again.
Stop making stupid bets.
I thought it was a pretty good bet. I thought you were going to be selfish and a douchebag, but no, I was fucking wrong.
All right.
Shocker.
So those were our top 5 NFL teams
Asshole.
with the brightest futures. All right. Now, for my blind ranking for the NFL section, I was kind of hoping to have more people for this podcast, but it's all good. We got to make shit work with the people that we got. But Connor and Alex, you guys are
Lock
gonna have
in.
you guys are gonna have to blind rank the Super Bowl MVPs post 2000. So it's not like every Super Bowl of all time. I got 7 names for the Super Bowl MVPs post 2000s for their career, not in the game, for their whole career. Everyone understand?
Yep.
Got it.
Perfect. So the first name up is going to be Ray Lewis.
See, that's good. But think about how many quarterbacks win this.
There is all these guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
So-
You said there's 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, I'm sorry. 6. There's 6.
Okay, 6.
Apologize.
I was leaning
I
towards
mean-
5.
Yeah. I'm leaning towards the bottom half. I mean, Ray Lewis, absolute dog, fucking legendary. But I mean, do you take positional fucking?
Right, position value definitely
Yeah.
definitely has to come into account here. I'm cool with 5. I definitely don't think 6.
I feel I kind of feel
4 or
4.
5.
I'm
4?
not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to put him too low because I mean, when you're talking like the linebacker position, Ray Lewis is brought up, so like he's like that.
You said 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Making sure. All right. Next name up, Julian Edelman.
See?
Respectfully 6.
All right.
Yeah. I like it.
I think respectfully 6. I mean, the guy made some huge plays for his teams when he was needed to and stuff.
If we're taking
But if
whole
you're talking-
careers into account,
Yeah, overall career, he doesn't have that many yards or receptions like some of these other guys. So respectfully, I think 6.
I like it.
Cool. Next name up, Big Dick Nick Foles.
1. No,
5.
I'm kidding. Yeah, 5. We'll go 5.
Alrighty. Next name up, Aaron Rodgers.
We got 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Well, just
I'm
off
cool with
rip,
putting
not
him at
even
2.
thinking too hard, I'm thinking 2.
I'm cool with that.
Because I feel, I mean, you gotta think either Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady's probably on this list, right?
Mm,
One of the two.
it's since 2000, so we'll see. We'll see what he pulls out of the hat. But I'm cool with Aaron Rodgers at 2. I think we'll get somebody like a
Because I
like a
obviously there's a
even
debate for
Peyton
one,
Manning,
in my opinion. But
even like a yeah, like a Peyton Manning maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you
We'll
putting
see.
Peyton
We'll see
Manning
what
over
we
Aaron
pull.
Rodgers?
We'll see. We'll see. We might
All
have
right,
to.
we'll keep him at 2.
All right, Aaron Rodgers at 2.
Yeah,
All righty. Next name up, Eli Manning.
3.
yeah, gotta put him 3.
Definitely
3.
not going 1.
Definitely
All
not.
right. So your list comes out to Julian Edelman at 6, Nick Foles at 5,
I think we
Ray,
choked.
Ray Lewis at 4, Eli Manning at 3, Aaron Rodgers at 2, and your number 1 is Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles.
Yeah, yeah, that was a bit of a choke. Fuck, should have thought about Rodgers at 1 more. Damn it.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
think
right.
Not terrible. I mean,
No,
honestly, I
Rodgers.
think I think all we had to do was switch Cooper Kupp and Aaron Rodgers, and I think it's still a good list. 'Cause
So
Yeah.
I'm still putting Eli
it's
over Ray.
I
nice.
think.
2 Super Bowls, both over Tom Brady.
Yeah, I feel like almost Cooper Cup could have gone 3 almost, and then we
Yeah.
put Eli at 2. Beat
Yeah.
Tom
Yeah.
Brady twice, you know.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
Rodgers, Eli. You taking
Kupp.
Ray or Cooper?
Cup probably. Ah!
Triple crown.
Yeah, Triple Crown,
Triple
but what did he
crown,
do
man.
early?
Yeah.
Ray
That's
Lewis was a
still
dog the whole
he
time.
was.
And then obviously, are you taking Nick Foles or Edelman at 6?
Uh, Edelman at 6.
Edelman
Yeah,
at 6.
probably.
Yes.
I mean, there's an argument for Nick Foles because he was a
But-
backup
but-
forever, and the one time he wins, but you know.
Like we were
Yeah.
saying, positional value.
That's fair.
Yeah, we're definitely positional value guys over here.
Very.
That's
With
fair.
Cooper Cup as our 1. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's tough.
All right. And then I'm going to throw a curveball at you guys because I had jotted this down. I just always wanted to do it. And it seems like a good time for the championship week. Out of the top 4, let's rank the top 4 championships, like the hardest to easiest to win. So we got NHL, MLB,
Oh,
NBA, and NFL.
Dude.
What do you think? What do you think the easiest out of the 4 is to win?
I think I know what my 1 is.
Okay. Well, let's
And
start with.
honestly,
You want to start with 1 then? Well, what do you think 1 is, Connor?
I think NHL is the hardest.
Okay, perfect. Good. That's exactly what I thought too.
I think NHL is definitely the hardest to win.
We'll start with that then. NHL is the hardest. What do you think the second hardest is to win?
I personally, I would probably say the MLB, only because the number of games, but 2 also because of the like whole salary cap situation with the MLB that it's super hard to win a championship if you're not a team like the Dodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
big,
it's probably
huge market.
fucking easy for them, but for a
Yeah.
team like the Brewers, it's pretty damn hard.
I mean, as
Yeah.
well as the fact that you have, different pitchers playing in every single game. So I mean, you can have a guy who's on fire, and he can start one game, but he could fucking suck. But then you have to bring in a guy who hasn't been playing good, and then he also sucks. Now you're down 2 games already, and you have to go with some of these other guys.
Yep.
I think
Man,
that's also a big thing.
It's crazy that we all think exactly the same. 4 people on a panel and we all have the same idea. It's crazy. All right, and then NBA or NFL? What do we think? Last 2. What do you think the easiest championship is to win?
I think you got to go NBA for
NBA?
I think you have to go for the games. I mean, you have to win a 7-game series. You go to the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's tough to get there and stuff like that, and it's you only get 1 loss, but at the same time, you only have to win 1 game. You get there, you just have to be the better team 1 time. You know what I mean? You have to go
Yeah,
NBA and all these other teams. You have a 7-game series. You can go down the first 2 games and not play good, but then you can come back after you lost twice in a row, and you can come back and win 4 in a row. So I
you're
think
saying-
there's
You're saying NBA is the easiest?
NBA is 3rd, and then
NBA.
Super Bowl is last.
See, to play devil's advocate a little bit here, you can just take exactly what you said and switch it around. Is you can get lucky for 4 games of the year.
Yeah, you can get lucky
squeak
for
into the
4 games, but
playoffs
I
and
feel
get
like it's
lucky.
much easier to just go out and win 1 game than it is to go win 4 against the same team every single time. You got the schemes, you know who you're playing up against already, and then once you play them for 1 or 2 times, then you start getting their schemes and their offensive priorities and all that kind of stuff. You can take that into consideration, then change your game plan, I guess, around a little bit. You go into 1 game, you just got to win 1 time.
Yeah.
And you get a week to kind of game plan for each
Yep.
opponent.
Yeah, all these other games you're playing every other day or something like that. It's obviously they're all tough. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong,
Yep.
but and obviously NFL you can't lose throughout the playoffs. You can lose a few games in the playoffs with all the other ones. You can still win the series. So I see that aspect of it, but at the same time it's like you just got to win 1 game a
Yeah.
week.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree. So the hardest to easiest to the hardest we said was the NHL, MLB, NBA, and NFL. So let us know
And
what you think. It's,
I love how we all said NHL too, and we don't really know shit about hockey. We are very
dude,
below
it's
average at hockey.
I would say even more than below average, dude. I know
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, I watch an occasional crack as he turns his Knights hat around, but yeah,
Yes, sir. What are we talking about here? Vegas Golden Knights all day, baby.
the record right now.
And the Las Vegas Raiders Brock
Big,
Bowers
big,
shirt on.
yes,
Big
yeah.
big Vegas
Big
guy.
Vegas guy right here.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah.
I watch maybe 1 or 2 Kraken games a week because they do play in Seattle, so I get the benefit of getting home from work and putting it on because I keep getting charged for ESPN Plus every week, and I just keep paying that, so that's awesome. But yeah, man, it's the most body demanding sport. They also have to travel all the time, so I think it's won pretty easily.
I do
The hard,
too. I agree.
Yeah, no,
Playoff
definitely.
hockey's electric.
By the
yes.
way, Brennan, 32, 17, and 6.
All right, well, you had to look it up, so
Did
fuck
not.
you.
I had it written down here the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
32,
Look at that, in the
17, and
perfect
6.
spot. He knew exactly what the fucking script was, and he put it right where
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
There.
look at that.
I could smell the the ink from here, dude.
That's great.
All right, so that was the NFL section. Unless you guys got anything else, we're gonna move over to the NBA.
Fly Eagles fly.
Go Chiefs, baby.
That's great.
Talking about trades, I'm just gonna say it now. This is probably the best trade deadline for NBA I think I've ever seen.
This was crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. And Brent, just like last week, around this time, Brennan was like, "I need trades. I'm dying."
Yeah, dude, literally, you said that on Friday, and then Saturday we got dropped with the biggest bomb in sports history, probably.
Yeah. So like what I was kind of talking about before, the Lakers.
Yeah, hold on. Do we want to paint a picture? Because I feel like we have to paint the picture for what was going on with us when this happened.
Yeah. So basically, the boys were up here. We recorded a podcast, episode 50. And then we did the usual, hang out here, have a few brewskis, and then we go to Dave Buster's.
You don't even want to bring up the hockey game?
No,
Which is it's a big
No.
big portion of the story
Yeah,
here.
dude said, yeah, we had a few brewskis. Yeah, we
Few-
took 6 shots during the podcast.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Got a little tipsy for the podcast because when we're in person, we for some reason always throw in a hockey game, and every time they score, we take a shot. I think it was like Connor said, 6 goals in an hour. Was
From
insane.
when we started watching it, I think the final
Yeah.
score was like 6-3.
It
So
was
if we would have watched
6-3.
it from the beginning, it would have been 9.
Disgusting. But anyways, yeah. So we were pretty lit. We went over to the D&Bs, and I don't know what it is with the NBA. Whenever they do like blockbuster trades, it's always like peak midnight. Like
Yeah.
it's so late. I think like the one example I have is like the KD trade was at like 3 a.m. or some shit
Yeah.
like that. But anyways, we were at Dave and Buster's at the bar getting a drink, and I get a buzz and my phone kind of goes crazy, and I just click on it, underdog or NBA, and it says Luka first traded, and I'm like, whoa, Luka Doncic is no longer on the Mavericks, and Connor, if you guys don't know, is one of the biggest Luka Doncic fans I know in real life, and I was like, hey guys, there's a pretty big trade with the Lakers and the Mavericks, and Connor, let's ask you, did you think any idea that Luka was going to be in that trade when I brought it up?
Not a fucking chance. I was thinking maybe Kyrie, or I was thinking maybe, just like another like good like small forward or something like
Lively or
just
Gafford to move
yeah, like
AD to the
something
to the
something kind of
four.
crazy like that. And this is how Brendan starts it off to me. He goes, "Dude, pretty crazy trade," and he's trying to hold it together, but I knew something like crazy just happened. And he goes, "All right, so the Mavericks gave up Maxi Kleber, Luka Doncic," and then instantly we all told him to like stop. We were like,
Yeah, no
"Oh,
shot.
just no, hold on." What he goes, "Yes, Maxi Kleber, Luka Doncic, and who was the last guy? I already forgot. For somebody else for
More
Anthony Davis and Max Christie."
Christie.
And
Yeah,
we were just freaking out. We all thought it was fake. Like
Yep.
nobody knew what was going on. We were fucking
I
hammered at the same time.
yeah. I
again, yeah,
just
a few brewskis. It was insane.
Yeah,
Um,
that was fucking unbelievable. And then I came to the realization that, my favorite player is now on the same team as LeBron James, and now I have to somewhat root for LeBron James because I want Luca to win. So
win,
damn straight.
win
Another
for me. Me and
another
Alex.
another trophy coming.
Wait away.
The funny thing is too is I had just given Connor his Christmas gift
yes, that day,
this that day, which just so happened to be a Luka Doncic pop, the little
Funko
thing,
Pop.
Funko
Funko
Pop.
Pop.
Yeah, that's what
That's
it is.
so funny.
Yeah,
That's so
literally
rare.
that day. Like
Yeah,
we
earlier
we
that day
hadn't
before the podcast,
we
I
hadn't
gave
seen
him
each
that.
other since Christmas. Obviously, Alex traveling for work, holidays, all that kind of stuff. First in-person pod in a while. We get all four of us. He hands me it. Fucking Luka Doncic Funko Pop. It was fucking sweet. I loved it. Thank you very much. Shout out to you. And then that night, bro
Yeah.
gets traded to the Lakers.
Yep.
So sick.
It's a collectible now. You're welcome.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
You got to that Mamba moment. Doncic 77 black jersey, bro. You need it. Need it in the rotation, even if you don't
need
want to
that.
wear it. You need it.
Yeah,
Need that
Or
one
just
real
get a
bad.
Mavs because you're the. There might be some Maverick Doncic jerseys at these Nike
on
factory
sale.
stores
Dude, I
now.
might have to go see because I am the king of getting jerseys of people who aren't on that team anymore. They're
Just
so
maybe
much cheaper.
that would be sick. But yeah, that's crazy. And then like a whole bunch of rumors coming out about Nico Harrison having to get more security for his house
Yeah,
from Mavs fans.
that just came out like what a
That
couple hours ago.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying I get it, but it's like you, this is like the biggest trade in like sports history. I mean, they
Yeah.
tried to like compare it to some other trades, and I was looking at a list on Instagram, and I'm like, this none of these are even remotely close in my opinion.
I think the
That
best one I saw was NFL related, and it was like trading Jamar Chase for Mike Evans.
But yeah, but what I'm saying, like trades that actually happened. So like
Oh,
got traded or something. But
yeah,
you're talking about a guy that's arguably a top three basketball player in the world, 25 years old, and you trade him for a 32-year-old crippled, one injury away man, which
yeah.
is insane.
All right, all right. I mean, AD has been playing really well this year. He's
He did,
been playing
bro.
all
He,
of
Yeah,
his
he's
games this
been
well,
year. So
balling this year.
I never said he was playing bad, but
give this man his
he I,
flowers.
did I say he was playing bad? No, I literally preached to you guys that he's a top 10 player. I give him his flowers all the time, but
You tried preaching that he was a top 10 player in the league 2 or 3 years ago when he just wasn't. Now
so
he is.
so basically I was there before, so I gave him damn flowers, and I'm just saying he does have an injury history. That's all I'm saying. So
True.
trading your franchise guy for a 32-year-old is insane. It just Mavericks are in a win now. I like their team. I think they're a very good defensively good team now. It's
I
just
saw a lot of things where like there was obviously ranking the trades. Are we going to rank the trades or no? Because otherwise, I'm just going to get into this for a second.
I mean, yeah, we can just start bouncing around. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just going to say I've seen so many like people grading these trades. Like Lakers, they get Luca. I've seen
Mhm.
A plus 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 plus. I think it's fantastic, but at the same time, I don't think it's like that good for them because they just lost Anthony Davis, so now they have Rui, um, Jackson Hayes, and they did just get Mark
Mark.
Williams.
Mark
Yep.
So I
Williams.
Mark.
mean, cool, but I mean you're giving up a really big centerpiece there. So obviously I'm still giving it an A plus or an A, like still really good. but I've seen a lot of people giving the Mavericks a D to an F. I think that's just not close at all. I think it's honestly like a B to a B minus. Like they're giving away their star guy, but at the same time, they are getting a center, an experienced center, very good player in the 5 spot, which they kind of needed. Like, yes, they have Gaffer, Derek Lively, but they are not on the same level as Anthony Davis. And I think now that the Mavericks team almost feels a little bit more complete, instead of having the 1-2 of Luka, Kyrie, and then these role players trying to get in there, they now have a solidified point guard. They have their middle of the rotation. They have Anthony Davis. They're kind of almost rounded out now. So I think it's a good trade for both. So, I mean, maybe that's just me. I mean, I saw Alex making faces because he's a bitch. But um, I really don't think it's that bad of a trade for both teams. I really do think, obviously, unbelievable. I mean, if anything, I feel like you probably should have traded Kyrie, who's played with LeBron. For some reason, they didn't want to do that. I don't know. Um, but trading away Luca at 25 and arguably one of the best players in the entire league is still unbelievably crazy. But
Yeah, with the whole trade, like the grading thing, I think it got a lower grade just because they basically just kind of shot their future. They need to
yes,
win.
they did. And
Yeah,
that's
I agree.
understandable.
The good trade. Anthony Davis is really good, but they basically now have to win a championship in the next 2 to 3 years for this trade to even like matter. If they go to some East WCFs or second rounds and get bounced the next 2 to 3 years, and Anthony Davis is 35 looking for a new contract, then it might then why did you even make that trade
Yeah,
in the
and
first place?
that's understandable for sure. I just think for right now, if you're looking at the team, I think it did help both teams.
It
Um,
did. We're
but
not.
I do understand the future part. You gave away your entire future, and there's a pretty good chance, hopefully, of a Hall of Famer who is only 25 years old. So I do get that. So I can see that bumping it down and everything, but I think it does help both teams a lot.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's Lakers got the AAA plus because they just saved their future. LeBron James was arguably the best player on the team, and now they have their now he can take a step back, and Luke can be the best player on the team at 25. Hopefully he resigns, because if he doesn't resign, this whole thing doesn't.
Yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Dude,
Uh,
yeah, the
but
Mavs fleeced if he doesn't resign.
yeah, see that. Hey, at that time we could say hindsight 2020. The Mavericks won the trade now, but
Yeah.
as of right now, Lakers obviously won it, and they just traded for Mark Williams. Maybe a little bit of an overpay, but getting a athletic 7'2" center that's 23 years old that can build with Luka is a W. That Rob Pelinka, good job. I think all the stuff you gave up looks bad on paper, but once those guys get to playing together, it's going to be nasty.
I'm
Alex, what do you
not.
got to say?
I'm not high. This was one of the notes that I wanted to make sure that I kind of got out there, is that I'm not high on Mark Williams when it comes to. I mean, not even just the Lakers, but just in general. This man has missed 56% of his career games. Which, like you said, he's 23. It's not all that much, but I mean, he's very tall, very athletic, but he also has lingering back issues. I saw some reporter, not a report. I guess it was a report from a
Yeah,
reporter. Then I
if you're
guess.
talking about the guy shit on his effort, I'm do not care about that, to
No,
be
no,
honest.
no, 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 not that. Talking about how the where did he come from?
The Hornets.
The Hornets. The Hornets were talking about how, or he had heard from inside sources in the Hornets organization that he has a severe, not severe, but like a chronic lingering back issue, injury, which keeps him like out of the weight room, so he can't develop in there. It puts him out for, like I said, 56% of his games, and also, I mean, he just hurt his foot. Injuries kind of start to pile up if you're not in the weight room and you're playing basketball for a living. So I don't know. Like we said, time will tell, but I don't know if that was the. I know they needed a big after getting rid of AD, but I don't know if that was the one to go get.
Yeah, and obviously it's a little easier to get injured when you're young, I guess, because your body is like what's what I'm looking for here? Like it's easier to recover, I guess I should say. The recovery is easier, a little less taxing on your body. But at the same time, when you have injuries like that when you're younger, and they linger, that just shortens your entire career. So if that is something that really is a problem, that could be pretty detrimental to that team for just trading for a guy that's might not be playing a whole lot longer. Hopefully everything is fine, he gets healthy and he has a good career. But with stuff like that, it's a little bit scary seeing a 23-year-old missing more than half of his games, having lingering back problems at 23. It's a little scary.
For sure, for sure. I don't know. I've seen that, but basically, just when I saw the alert come through, I was the total opposite. And I was ecstatic. I mean, like I said, an overpay, but this is exactly what they needed. Luka Doncic can throw lobs to him all day, all game long. He can protect the rim, and LeBron doesn't have to play the five, basically ever, which he shouldn't. But yeah, it'll be a broken record. Time will tell. If he keeps getting hurt, that sucks. But on paper it looks disgusting. And
True.
then moving over to the next kind of few trades we had here, we can kind of fire through these pretty fast. De'Aaron Fox for the Spurs, beautiful. I like
Fire,
that.
fire.
Like CP3 can teach him how to play the point guard a little bit better as well. Not that he's playing it wrong, but listening to one of the best point guards ever is going to be very good for his fundamentals.
Zero.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! He's still really good. You can't lie. And Levine to the Kings. I mean, they basically got the
Chicago
2020
Bulls.
Bulls, 2020
Yep.
Bulls. So I guess whatever. And then Brandon Ingram to the Raptors. I'm not really understanding why the Raptors are making moves for
Yeah.
players,
I don't
but
I don't know. That one kind of confused me a little bit. I mean, shout out the Raptors. You got Brandon Ingram. He's a baller, but like I guess I just don't know exactly the reasoning, but shout out to you guys.
yeah. And then we got DeAndre Hunter to the Cavs, which I love. I love that so much actually because
Yeah.
they finally get a small forward that can actually be usable. I mean, Okogie is cool, but or Okoro, I'm sorry, Okoro
Isaac.
is cool, but now he can just come off the bench, which is even better. And then the big one, Kyle Kuzma is a Milwaukee Buck. I mean, he's playing right now. I'm trying not to get distracted by it, but he seems to be having a pretty decent game. I woke up, I saw Connor wanted to FaceTime me and be the one to break it to me. But how did you guys feel getting that alert a few
You
days
want
ago?
you want me to go first, or you want to go first, Alex?
You got it, Connor.
All right. I'll say that I think I was I was okay with the trade the most out of all of us, just for the fact that obviously we're getting rid of Chris Middleton. I mean, I think we all kind of knew that he was most likely gone, and we wanted somebody in return, and this wasn't the caliber player that we all necessarily wanted. But we are getting, Kuz, who's I think 29. I think he is 28. So
29.
he's a little bit younger. I mean, he's playing. We know the caliber player he can be. He can be a really good basketball player. And then this year, obviously, he has some pretty bad shooting splits. I believe it is like he's like 28% from three or something like that. Um, but as Brendan was saying on the last podcast, or maybe it wasn't even on there, but just from us talking, sometimes all people need is a change of scenery. Sometimes they just need to be in a new team, a new system, and I think that this is a system that Kyle Kuzma could work into pretty damn well. I think he's going to be able to score. He's going to be able to rebound. He's going to be able to help the team just overall. So getting rid of Chris sucks. I mean, top three buck of all time I'm seeing, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of agreeing with it. Um, but I'm being optimistic with it. I think Kyle Kuzma could fit into this Bucks team, and I'm going to welcome him with open arms until he pisses me off until where I can't. But I mean, as Brendan's saying, he seems to be doing okay in his first game, and obviously he just got traded a few days ago, so it might take a little bit of time. But I think overall that this is a decent trade for us, and I think we got a pretty decent weapon for this team.
Yeah. This one hurts a little bit, a lot of bit to me at least
For you
personally.
especially.
A lot of bit more than the Drew Holiday trade. In retrospect, they don't even compare when I'm thinking about it. The I want to say 3 years ago, I was on the trade Chris Middleton train, and then I saw the light, came to my senses, realized that man is an absolute beast. He just got 2 bad knees, 2 bad ankles. The guy can't be available. I, I don't know. It sucks. We did end up getting Kuzma, which not necessarily the caliber of person maybe you want back, but it does put us under the second apron, which opens up opportunities in the future, which is a huge already problem for the Bucks is our future. We are 100% a win now team. We don't
Say we
even
got
have a
this year and
first.
next year, and then it's just the fall off.
Yeah, we don't even have a first till like 2032. Do we still have our 2031 first? I don't even know. Um, but yeah, so we don't even have a first round pick for a very long time. So we're hedging our bets on winning another championship here within the next couple of years. And if we think Kuzma's availability to play and what he brings to this team is more valuable than Chris Middleton, then we'll see. Last little bit on that. At least he's got a ring. So
Hey, true.
Chris.
more than
Oh,
more
okay.
than more
Kuzma.
than
Okay.
more than
Yep.
CP3.
Yep. Yes, he does. Yeah. Well, time will tell. We'll see what happens. The only thing that kind of irked me a little bit more to make me more mad is we gave up AJ Johnson. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we giving him away? I just didn't understand that. Why even draft him? Why not try to trade that for some assets? But
Yeah,
he's
that was annoying.
in Washington. They do play the Wizards in a few weeks. I think that Friday that we're going to go to the Dells, so that'll be fun to watch. But yeah, that was kind of it for us on the Bucks, and then Butler to the Warriors. High level thoughts on that. I don't really need to talk about it unless you guys want to.
I don't think it's
Doesn't move
really
me.
anything. I mean, it was kind of crazy that he actually did get moved. For a second, I thought he honestly just might not get moved, and then came out. He went to the Warriors for quite a bit. What was it? Andrew Wiggins, um,
Schroeder.
Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, I think. A
Yep.
couple
And
first round
Huff.
picks and stuff. How about Dennis Schroeder though? Honestly, going off topic real quick,
Ortiz.
bro got traded 4 times in 24 hours.
Think,
He has to feel like the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
any guess on what team he ended up being on?
It's not the Jazz. That
I was
he
gonna
got
say
traded
I was
from the
gonna say Jazz. I
Jazz
thought I was wrong,
to
but
he
isn't it
got
like the
from the Jazz
Hawks?
to somewhere else.
It is the Pistons.
Pistons. Yep, that was
Pistons
it.
even worse.
From the Jazz
Yeah,
to the
I think he
Pistons.
got traded like 5 times in 24 hours or something
Yeah,
like
four
that,
times.
or four. Sorry.
Oh,
But yeah, Butler. Then they signed him to a humongous extension, 2 years, 120 million for Jimmy Butler from the
Yeah.
Warriors.
Fuck.
That my jaw hit the floor. I'm like, bro, he hasn't even played for you yet. Like, and he's 35. So I mean, maybe that's okay that we didn't go for him because I don't know. We obviously didn't have that money to give, so we would have had to give even more assets up to get him over here. So
Yeah.
maybe that's good in the long run. I'm not gonna lie, but
I did not want Jimmy coming to the Bucks. I was very
Out of all the
very
people that we
anti.
were that were in our sights and rumored to be trading for, he was the one I wanted the least. So
Yeah.
I'm happy.
him or who do you want least? Him or Beal? Because I know Alex was very
Jimmy.
vocal on Beal not coming to the Bucks.
Yeah.
I would have much rather have had Beal than
I
Jimmy.
rather 100% rather have Jimmy just because he's the same position as Mr. Middleton. Just player wise, I think Butler.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I really couldn't tell you. Honestly, I'm gonna go with I'd rather have Bradley Beal just because
Interesting.
there's less fucking drama. I despise Jimmy Butler, like in the whole like, oh, I'm not like that. That's just the way the media portrays me. Well, when you're like that for 12 years,
Yeah.
I think you need to start looking in a mirror, buddy. Like
Like the
I
third or
despise
second or
Jimmy
third
Butler.
that this has happened with him, so
Yeah.
kind of getting alarming. I understand, but I just had to call you out because you just kept saying how much you did not want Bradley Beal on the
Yeah,
basketball.
and I would take Bradley Beal over
All
Jimmy
right.
Butler on this Bucks team.
Cool. All right, and then that was kind of it for the trades. And again, Luca on the.
We did end up another Bucks guy. We did trade Marjan for Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
We did.
Um,
So
So we have
see if he.
no young guys.
Good basketball player.
Yeah, we'll still talk about the basketball only.
Yep.
For him,
I mean, we
hopefully,
didn't even have to say it, but it's all right.
uh, you brought up the guy's name, so everyone knows
Because we
about.
got him. He's on the Bucks.
Thank you. I
He is a
understand that, but
Milwaukee Buck.
we just have to just say that. But yeah, we got him too. Marjan, shout out to him. Thank you for not being a drama queen and showing up every day to play no minutes.
Yeah.
All right, and those were all the trades. All right, next moving to the untouchables, guys. I was kind of talking to you guys. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 untouchables. You let me know if you agree or not. My first name up here is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do you think he is untouchable in trades?
No.
As long as he wants to be. I
Okay.
literally think he has this Bucks team in the palm of his hand.
Okay. So let's
yes,
say
he's
somebody.
untouchable.
Yes, you don't think he's untouchable, Connor?
No. I don't.
I think the only way he leaves is if he requests a trade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what we're doing here. Is if somebody comes to the Bucks, do you think the Bucks, not even talking to Giannis, do you think they accept it or decline?
Decline every time.
So you think he's untouchable, Connor? Why do you think Giannis Antetokounmpo is,
I think
touchable.
Not with him saying he wants to be requested out.
Yes. I think that with how things could possibly go in the next year or two, and someone comes at us and says, "Hey, we're going to give you like three." I don't know. This is just it's hypothetical. Why do I need a who?
Well, okay, I guess.
Did you want me to fucking bring out the trade finder and let you know exactly who it was going to be?
I want to. Who would we get? Like, who would we?
I don't know. Future, a bunch of first round draft picks, some young guys, some future. I don't know. You asked for my opinion. I'm giving it to you. I just don't think he's necessarily untouchable, especially with rumors before that there was chances that he may end up leaving after a certain amount of time. I don't think he's untouchable.
That was with money, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think it's a very rare chance. I don't think it's actually ever going to happen, and I fucking hope it doesn't. But I just think if somebody within the next 2 years, especially if we get bounced in the first round this year or next year or whatever, I think if somebody came to us and said, "Hey, we want Giannis. We'll give you 4 first round picks. We're gonna give you another young guy who's been fucking balling, another young guy, and that's an out for our future, especially not having any first round picks for fucking 6 years." I think there's a chance that it does happen.
Yeah, I totally disagree. I think Giannis is one of the 2 most untouchable with him and Jokic. That is the next guy I got up here. Giannis, I think I don't know if there's any package that they could, if they gave fucking 15 first rounds, sure, but will that ever happen? No, but I just think what he's given to this franchise, he could have left 2 years ago, like you said. He could have left for big money for a big market. And what he's done for our franchise, I just don't think Horst would ever trade him away.
I fucking absolutely hope not.
So I just don't think so. I don't think there's a package. Even if the Spurs came to us with Wemby, I'd decline it. So that is my opinion. Moving over to Jokic. I said Jokic is already untouchable. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, he's untouchable.
Yeah,
so Jokic is untouchable, but Giannis is not.
All right, you want to keep going back to it or what? Fuck off, man. I gave you my opinion.
So
ladies, let's calm it
down.
Not
trying to understand it.
I gave you. It's
same caliber of player, but one is and one's not. So I'm just trying to get your opinion, brother. We're doing a podcast. We're trying to talk.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving you my opinion. I fucking pray to God it doesn't happen, but in the back of my head, I think there's something a little scary about it, and I think that there's a very small chance it happens. So I'm saying I don't think he's untouchable. I think there's, in some world of a way, that something could fucking happen, and that would be the fucking worst day of my life. But at the same time, I still think there's possibility.
And then why is Jokic untouchable?
I mean, fucking guys averaging a triple-double. Their team is set up for success right now. They are going to keep winning. The Bucks are close, but it's different, I guess. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
The Nuggets have also shown success
Yeah.
constantly over the past couple of years. High
I
level
mean, Bucks make the
success.
playoffs every year too, but I
Yeah,
guess
that's cool. So do like the Hawks. That
I mean
doesn't
deep
really.
runs. But all right,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
yeah.
figure. I'm just trying to get pick your brain, guys. It's a podcast. I'm not coming at you trying to attack you. We're trying to get your opinions on why one is untouchable and one is not.
Yeah,
That's all I'm doing.
I just told you.
It's just not making sense because
Yeah, I don't know. I think in the very deepest part of my brain, I feel like there's a scary chance where someone comes up and says, "Hey, we're gonna give you fucking all of this." Think there's a small chance, but
let's just move on here. All right, SGA. Do you think SGA is untouchable? Because I think he is untouchable. I mean, all these guys I'm saying are untouchable. So that, in my opinion, so SGA.
I I think he's probably untouchable, but I feel like personally, I feel like he's more tradable than even Giannis, to be honest. I don't know what I'm fucking saying anymore, but I think
I mean,
the
younger. That
yeah,
I would agree.
like their
Probably.
entire team is super young, super talented. They have a lot of solid pieces. Um, and obviously he is the centerpiece to that team, stud of a player. But I feel like if they were to get rid of SGA and got, just for example, a guy who just got traded, but like if they got De'Aaron Fox, I think their team is still going to be the same caliber. You know what I mean? So they can still get a bunch of assets and a good player for a really good player. So I think I don't know, but I don't think they'll ever actually do anything with him. I think they found their saving grace, and this is a guy that they traded for, and got in the first place. So I'd say they're probably going to keep him, and he's untouchable.
I disagree for basically all the reasons Connor said.
Shocker.
Was no, I'm like agreeing with you. Everything that you just said. The fact that
Oh,
I think that they will still be a very elite team if he's not a part of it. If you go and you package him for in like one of your 96 first round picks for like I can't even think of a person right now, but like let's just say a Dame. Like I think the team would still be just as successful.
yeah.
So I think he is not untouchable because of that.
Hmm. All right. My next guy here is Anthony Edwards is untouchable. 23 years old, taking this
Untouchable.
Yeah,
by,
Untouchable.
yeah,
by
Untouchable.
storm. Did what he did last year. I think Ant is untouchable.
yeah.
100%.
Alrighty. My next guy here is I know how do you know you guys aren't gonna like this, but I put Jason Tatum. Uh, one of the top, let's just say, 8 players in the league. Just won a championship last year. Very young, big name. I just think they drafted him. I think Jason Tatum is untouchable.
I'm going to agree. I think he's untouchable. I think everybody else on that team could be shipped out in fucking an hour and they'll pack their bags for him. I think Boston has a soft spot for Tatum, and he'll never go anywhere. If anything, it'll be Jalen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, the rest of the fucking shit stains on that team. But Tatum will stay there.
Agreed.
Love it. Next year I have Cade Cunningham, just because of the season he's having and his age. I think he is untouchable. Pistons haven't been good in so long, and they finally got some sort of something to be happy about, and I think he is untouchable.
I disagree. I think because of the fact that the Pistons have been so bad for so long, I think now that if they see that they have a guy of this caliber player, if they can package him or trade him for a good package, I think that they would do that in order
And
to
just be bad all over again.
or just build a better team. If they
All
can
right.
get rid of one guy and get three good guys and be a competitive team versus a maybe make the play in, I you know
Alrighty.
I feel like
Honestly,
they
this whole
would do
time
it.
I'm thinking about the Giannis thing. I'm taking everything I said back. You changed my mind. I don't. The whole time I'm thinking about Giannis. That guy's untouchable. I'm sticking with the heart. Okay, I had something in the back of my head. He's untouchable. But I'm gonna go to Cade Cunningham. Um, I am in between. I agree with what Alex has to say, but I also disagree at the same time because I agree that if they did package him for like 3 something players that were all solid, that can make their team more competitive and have a chance to make it, even let's just say make it into an actual playoff spot and not a play-in. I can
Mhm.
see that side. But I also see the side where this guy is your entire future. How old is he? 24 maybe?
22, 23, 24, something like
22,
that.
yeah, something like that. Super young. At the same time, this is a guy that you could absolutely build a team around. Is that going to take a little bit more time? Sure, he might be, maybe 27, 28 by the time that team is competitive and has a chance, but at that time, you're also going to have an absolute superstar in your team.
Yeah.
Um, so I think I'm going to say untouchable for Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. And that age you said, 26, 27, 28, is the start of a lot of people's primes. So
Yeah,
they just keep building around him. And by the time you just you keep seeing him getting better every year by the time he's in his prime. Watch out for the Pistons. Watch out for the Pistons.
I don't know,
But
man. The Luca trade now age really isn't as big of a factor for me when we're talking about untouchables.
that I'm gonna be honest, that'll probably never happen again. That trade
yeah.
is
I mean,
the
it blows my mind, but
outlier.
it makes you wonder. Makes you
It does.
wonder.
It
Dray,
does.
Draymond, I saw a little clip of Draymond's podcast. Shocker, I know. Usually never fucking tune into that shit.
Guy's a
But
bucket.
um,
All right.
he was talking about how with the new CBA rules that this is probably going to become more frequent because these teams are going to want to pay these guys like Luca $84 million if they're not $84 million a year if they're not 100% sold that this guy will win my team a ring.
Mm. Yeah. It just sucks because he took that team to the finals last year.
The
So
Yeah.
I
year
mean,
before, yeah.
if Luca like the Mavs got bounced like round one, I would that this would make a little bit more sense like for that aspect. Like
Yeah.
he just took him to the fucking finals. So I don't know that whole trade we don't need to talk about it anymore, but it does not make sense. And then my last guy for a lock is obviously Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, that guy's never being
Yeah.
touched ever.
No.
And then my two maybes was Alperen Sengun and LaMelo Ball.
I'd say LaMelo is more untouchable than Sengun. I think Sengun's absolutely, not absolutely, but there's definitely, I could 100% see a trade for Sengun. I mean, is he a stud? Absolutely. But I think, that would just be a blockbuster trade at that point. Untouchable, no. But like a blockbuster, big moves for 2 teams and just kind of trying to find that system and the players you want. I think that's definitely a trade that could happen. I'd say LaMelo is more untouchable.
Love it.
Agreed.
Perfect. All right, boys. Let's finish this episode out with drafting the NBA All-Star starting five. So we have point
Yeah.
guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, and we're gonna do a lot better job than the guys on the TNT board, hopefully, because those teams are pretty lopsided in my opinion. Chuck's team is really, really good, and the other two, Shaq's team I think is really, really good. Or no, Shaq
Chuck.
and Chuck are
Yeah.
both very good. Kenny's team is
Kenny's
not.
Kenny's
Is
team is fucking
terrible.
terrible.
There we go. All right. So, Connor, you got your wheel. You want to do your wheel to see?
Yeah, yeah. While I'm making this wheel, I'm gonna go back on it too. I take back everything I said. The more I listened, I realized how dumb I sounded. I think I had a path of where I wanted to go for my reasonings behind why Giannis was untouchable, and then midway through, I got confused, and then everything fumbled. Um, Giannis is untouchable, and he's my Pookie, and that
Nope.
is that is that.
Fair enough.
Alrighty. Fair
Okay,
enough.
so
Neat
first
fucking trick.
spin. Hey, eat a dick. Okay, I already sound fucking stupid enough. Sorry,
I just
Alex's
picked your
dad.
brain.
First pick is going to be Brennan. Brennan gets first pick again.
Woohoo! I
Shocker.
like these wheels.
That's bullshit. It was 100% like on mine, but it fucking picked you. It was right on the line. I get second pick, and Alex gets back to back.
Sweetness. I'll take my first overall pick. Pretty easy. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. I'm gonna take the other guy. I'm gonna take Nikola Jokic.
All right.
Cool. Give me
Cool.
I'm gonna go with LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I think I'm gonna take Wemby.
Oh, okay.
Nice,
Four.
Ooh,
nice.
So
right.
LeBron and Wemby.
Yummy.
This is you said we're doing a starting five, right?
Starting
Yep,
five.
just a
Just
starting
Okay.
five. All right. Well, with that being said, um, do I want to go? Do I want to go old or young? And I think I'm gonna take young, and I'm gonna take SGA, my point guard.
shoot. Shoot, dang it. All right. I will then take Curry as my point guard. And I will take um Jason Tatum as my small forward.
Nice.
Yummy.
I'm gonna take my. Ooh, actually, who? I'm gonna take Anthony Edwards at my shooting guard.
All right, Alex, 2 for you.
Brendan, who did you take again? I'm sorry.
I took
Your last pick
Curry and Tatum.
and Tatum. Okay. Um, I am gonna go ahead and take Carl Anthony Towns.
Mm, nice.
Put him at my
Mm-hmm,
4 spot there.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, and then I'm gonna also take. I think I'm gonna have to take his teammate in Jalen Brunson.
All right. All right.
Nice.
All
Well,
right,
I'm
Connor.
happy. I'm getting the. He came back to me. I was hoping he did, and he did. Taking power forward. I'm taking Anthony Davis.
Mhm. Money. All right. So my last 2 picks, I will do Spida at my shooting guard
Fuck you.
and my center. What do I? Just because he's doing really good in my dynasty basketball league, I'm gonna do Evan Mobley as my center.
Mm.
Nice.
So that was my team.
Um. Well, now I don't really know what to do. You fucking took Donovan Mitchell from me, and
You
now
just
everybody's out of whack. Um.
you just need a small forward or a point guard or a shooting guard left.
I need small forward. I was
Oh,
gonna play him at the 3 though.
all right.
But
Pass pretty
what
good
do you
there.
say?
Siakam's looking pretty good there.
Yeah, that guy can fuck off. Um. But quite frankly, I don't really have. Hold on. Did someone take Kevin Durant?
Nope.
Yep, I'm gonna take Kevin Durant
Fuck
at my
you,
small forward.
Connor.
Holy shit! We
God damn
almost let him
it.
slip. Wow.
I took
Fuck.
2 forwards already, so I couldn't
Yeah,
put.
I was. God.
Holy fuck! I almost let that come all the way
I
back. That's
already I
disgusting.
already wrote him down on my
Holy shit! I'm pumped.
starter.
My team is gas as fuck.
Yeah,
God
I took
damn it.
Tatum instead, so I couldn't fit him anywhere. I wasn't gonna put him on my 5. It's
Okay.
fire though.
I was sitting there. I was literally about 2 seconds away from just taking Tyler Hero.
God, Alex was like sweating bullets waiting for.
When you said
Oh
hold
shit!
on, as soon as you were like hold on, I was like fuck, damn it, damn it, because that ruins my whole thing. Now I got him because I was gonna put LeBron at my 1 and put KD in my small forward, but now I gotta.
Now you're cooked, bitch.
Well,
Yeah,
there is a buck on there that you could put at PG, brother.
I
There is.
know, I know.
You could throw Pascal Siakam at your 1 for fun.
Yeah, I'll let you.
No, no, I'm gonna take Dame Dalla. Not
Funny.
as disappointed as I sound. I almost had Kevin Durant, but yeah,
All right,
take Dame.
let's rank the teams, Alex. What's your starting 5?
All right, at the 1, I got Dame Dalla. At the 2, I got Jalen Brunson. At the 3, I got LeBron, Raymond, James. At the 4, I have Carl Anthony Towns, and at the 5, I have Victor Wembanyama.
Pretty solid. Would have
That's
been
nice.
awesome if you got
Kevin
Kevin
Durant.
Durant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That
Um.
he, I, dude. Oh God,
I.
I'm so fucking mad at
That's
you
okay. I
for
love
such
my
a
team. I
hoe.
got a fucking smile on my face. Holy shit! That saved me.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Um.
I can't see you.
Yep, you don't need to see me. I'm saving everybody from fucking being blind. My point guard, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting guard, Anthony Edwards. Small forward, Kevin Durant. Power forward, Anthony Davis. And my center is Nikola Jokic.
It's a pretty fucking good team.
Yeah, I think I did pretty good here.
I hate
Dead,
you.
Alex. All right. At point guard, I got Curry. Shooting guard, I got Spida. Small forward, I got Tatum. Power forward, Giannis. And my center is Evan Mobley. Wow. That was fun.
I won.
All right. Yeah,
Okay.
what do we? Connor
You're
is a
good.
god squad.
You're
Yeah,
getting
my
waxed.
team's crazy.
Nope.
Connor finally won a draft. Let's go. Good job, Connor.
I did something. Let's go.
What?
It's okay.
What?
No one's gonna make the sparks are turning off when I said Giannis is touchable.
No.
He's not untouchable. So
Not. All right, guys. Well, this was episode 51 of the Cheeseheads and the Bear podcast. Alex and Connor, appreciate you guys for doing this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys have a good
At least
rest of
you
your.
can be here.
Yeah, appreciate you
Mason.
showing up. Family stuff, whatever. That's more important. Loser. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. You guys have a safe weekend.
Go Bucks.